Hi, it's Carl here from Carl's Review Lab. Today we're going to look at the golf chipping net that I have in my backyard. I'm an avid golfer and I love to practice. And I saw this net and I thought everybody seems to have these, so why don't I get one, see what it's all about. Well, in today's video I'm going to show you how long it took me to install it, how easy that was. We'll hit a few balls into it, and I'm going to tell you some of the negative things about it, because I have used this now for a number of days and there definitely is, for me, a few drawbacks. So first of all, let's get it unboxed, let's do a time lapse of how long it took me to install it, and then I'll talk you through the net itself, and then I'll tell you what the negatives are. So let's get into this. Okay, before we start hitting some balls, let's just talk about the construction and installation of it. We can see it took about 35 to 40 minutes. There is a couple of things I'll point out in closer detail in just a second that you don't want to make the mistake that I just made. It also comes with two plastic golf balls and a tee and a really crap piece of mat, so yeah, I mean that's absolutely useless. I won't be using that, but I will be using my hitting mat. This is what I use. It's a solid mat, folds away. It's going to be perfect for this. So let's just have a look in closer detail what we actually did. So you can see we have like this internal mat. It's not only waterproof, but it's also to catch the balls. And then we installed this back net, which is just an extra layer of protection, but also gives you something to aim at. It's kind of like a target sheet. Now to hang these, you simply thread one through there and one in the bottom. You can see just there. Very simple to hang. Just make sure when you're hanging this that you put the widest part at the bottom and the shorter part at the top. Now, the thing that I made the mistake of was the poles. So you can see the poles better from the outside. So you can see the poles here. I made the mistake of running these poles straight across. So you want to thread them from the front all the way through to the back. So it's kind of like a crosshatch. Hopefully you can see that. And then you can tie them together there. So just make sure that you send them across from each corner like an X shape. If you can get that right, then the installation should be pretty good. The other thing to do as well is I wouldn't install this on a muddy day. You can see the net is already looking dirty. So yeah, I wouldn't suggest doing that. The other thing as well is I would suggest getting some extra pegs. You only come with 4 there, so I'd suggest you get a few more pegs. Overall, you can see the size of it, it's quite big. So overall it measures 10 feet by 7 feet. Now we also have this little area at the top, the roof canopy, and that's to hopefully catch any balls that might get skied or topped. So yeah, I mean, let's chip a few in it and we'll have a look, see where it works. Okay, so you've seen it being installed, you've seen me hit a few shots. I'm going to wrap this video up with some pros and cons. So first of all, what are the pros? Well, it is quite simple to install, as long as you make sure at the start you make the crossbars go in an X shape from front to back, then you shouldn't have any problem installing it. Remember, don't try this on a windy day, it will be a nightmare unless there's two of you. There was only myself and I found it quite easy, but it was a nice, calm, dry day. Now, the negatives with it, there is a few. First of all, if you are not confident at all about hitting full shots, you might struggle with this net. I felt it very intimidating. I felt really anxious and nervous about hitting full shots into this net. In fact, I haven't really let loose with a 6-iron or a 5-iron or a driver in this net. It is 10 foot long and it is 7 foot wide, but if you're making a full swing, you do need to be quite far back. Otherwise, as you swing through, you catch the top of the net. So you do need to be quite far away. So you need to make sure you can strike the ball. If you worry about shanking it or hosel rocket or anything like that, then it is so intimidating to hit a full shot from 6 or 7 feet back, which is the distance you would need so you don't catch your club on the follow through. So I found it very intimidating. I'm quite happy at the driving range and at the golf course with the big square nets. I'm quite happy standing in there, hitting full shots. But because of this one, you're not inside it, it is a little bit intimidating. But it's been good for my punch shots, chipping, wedges, absolutely fine. Now the only other drawback as well is if you have the black plastic at the back, the one with the little cups to catch your chips, when the balls hit that, it's quite noisy. So I take that off and I hit into the white net, and that way it's okay. It deadens the sound and it's fine. Otherwise, that black plastic, when you hit it, it's like hitting, you know, hard plastic or concrete. It makes a very echoey sound and the neighbours aren't going to be too happy with you. So if you've got a big enough garden with no distractions in the back, there's maybe a field or, you know, it's up against a wall, you might be more confident than me hitting full shots into it. But for me, it was a little bit intimidating because I know I have neighbours all the way around me. So I found that just a little bit nerve-wracking. You might not find that, you might be absolutely fine, and that's great. But these nets are all very, very similar. But if it's 10 foot by 7 foot, it's probably the same net that I've got. So overall, it's been in the garden now over a week. It's working fine. It's not blown away. Maybe get an extra few tent pegs to just put it in the ground. But other than that, it comes with everything you need. Oh, the hitting mat and the plastic balls are absolute garbage. Just chuck those, get yourself a decent hitting mat. You don't have to have one of the full range mats, but just get yourself a decent little hitting mat. The one that it comes with is just absolute crap, so don't use that at all. So hopefully this video has helped you out. If it has, please give it a like. If you're not subscribed to the channel already, I'd love you to do so. I review lots and lots of golf products, and in summer, I'll be bringing you even more. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.